Hi, everyone. I'm really glad you're here, and thank you to Michelle Cunningham and Content Creator for having me here. I started Michelle's program about a year ago. I went on the beach retreat, and after that, I started my YouTube channel. Oh gosh, it was like a month later. I finally had the guts to just get out there and just record my first video. What I've learned in a year, it's been really cool because I've gone from just like posts and just kind of praying that everything kind of works out to actually feeling like I'm creating and building a world, kind of a universe. Zingo Valley News turned into my fictional world, where I created my own fictional town, and now I'm doing my own little newscast sort of thing. So I'm going to talk to you guys today in this training about what it's like to not just post content, but actually create and build a world. So let's get into it. So what do I mean by world building? Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm not asking you guys to do more. I mean, that's kind of what the trap we get into is we start to do more, thinking that that's going to actually make us more successful. But what I'm looking at is actually being more intentional, like coming from a different mindset. So actually, you're going to probably just do maybe even a little less, but just do it smarter. Okay, so full disclosure, I was literally the person who bought the microphone stand, had my little ring light, and pretty much kept it in a box for months. I mean, I wasn't sure where to start. I think one of the most profound things that I got at the beginning, and sometimes that first step is the one that really is the launching pad. It's the one that gets you out there. So for me, it was when Michelle said to simplify. First of all, pick just one, like Michelle said, pick just one platform. So for me, I started with YouTube. Yours might be Instagram. I feel like more people are starting with Instagram. I think it also looks at, do you want to, how you want to record, what kind of content are you recording? Are you doing more long form? If you're doing more long form, that's the horizontal. You can do it on YouTube. If you end up, and this is something I found out too, if you end up doing like I did a long video that was horizontal, recorded, and I posted it on YouTube, and then I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to post it anywhere. Well, actually you can. You can post it on Instagram, but you just need to break it up into little chunks. So you need to break it up into 3-minute chunks. So you're able to do that. So anyway, pick a platform and just do a video, any video. So I'm going to take you back in time to where I did mine. And I'm actually going to give you guys like a little behind the scenes. So here it goes. All right, guys, so I wanted to take you on a little field trip. This is actually the first place where I started shooting my video. So my very first video, I literally just set up the tripod on top of my car, and I just started going on it. So a little bit about me. I'm a children's book author. I have two books. I started my YouTube channel as someplace to promote my children's books. So it was kind of more creating like just stories and fun children's things at first. And then my background is I was in news. So I used to work in news. So I kind of love that fun news reporter energy. So I created this kind of character, Allie Cool Cat, in my very first video. It was very just simple. It's silly. It was like me reporting on a channel. It's raining popcorn. And I got to, when I got to edit, I discovered in CapCut that that I couldn't find popcorn, even though I said it's raining popcorn, and so I ended up having butterflies come out. It's raining butterflies, but I said popcorn. But it doesn't matter, right? Because this is like imaginary world. It's pretend, it's play, it's fun. So that was my original intention, was to have that. And I created this character with my hat and glasses and my Zingo Valley microphone, and that was my children's channel. Well, what I discovered, and this is kind of a tip for you guys as well, is that sometimes you got to pivot. And what I was noticing was really, I started as a kids channel thinking I was going to do this for kids, but then all my viewers were all adults. And so I was noticing that more adults were coming in. So I really love news reporting. but I love kind of curiosity-driven stories. So that's where I pivoted to actually real life and real world stories that are just kind of news of the weird, that sort of thing. So I ended up changing and becoming that. But when we look at in the sense of like world building, creating a world, creating an internet world, um, for me, this was really kind of a big deal because some people are very niche. So you might be like the person who is the bird expert, like on a specific kind of bird, or you might be the person who's a pickleball player, and so all your whole channel is about pickleball. But some of us are more like wide range about like have things that are like kind of a lot of different topics. And so for me, this curiosity driven stories, it was a little bit more kind of open as to what sort of things that I do. I also have a funnel cake booth at the State Fair of Texas. So that was another part of my reason for creating content, is to promote that. So when I eventually started, the fair came around, I started a TikTok channel, and I was starting to do, my goal was actually to post a story every day. So I was posting some crazy stuff like at the state fair, at my booth, talking about that. So I felt like it kind of went all together because my theme was a curiosity kind of based. And so it's just kind of fun to like, and something that's just kind of news of the weird. But also, so when you're building a world, you also should really kind of look where you could define yourself. So, but the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys is about the 3 pillars of world building. Okay, so we ended up there, we're talking about the 3 pillars. So we're going to start with the first pillar. The first pillar is actually to have something on your channel that's consistent. So what I mean by that is, so if somebody's just comes to your channel, there's no volume, whatever, they know it's you. So it could be like your look. So for me, you know, I'll have like my hat, my glasses, that's the kind of look I have. Or maybe it's the font you use in your thumbnails. Maybe it's a certain look you have with your thumbnails. For me, because I'm curiosity driven stories, my topics can be all over the place. So sometimes they're science driven, sometimes they're history, sometimes I'm visiting just a cool place and I'm just kind of like, hey, I'm at a cool place. But the one thing you will know is later on in my videos, I started putting my little logo. So I'm going to actually put it right there. So my little logo, my Zingo Valley News logo, which is on my microphone. So I'm actually like, you'll see me like reporting with my microphone. It's a little old school now because I think reporters are doing a little less of this kind of stick microphone, but hey, this is the generation I grew up with. This is how news reporters were. This is how it was when I worked in news. It's my channel. I can do how I want, right? so anyway, so that's why I have my Zingo Valley News. It's on the stick microphone. You can see Zingo Valley News, and then you see that. So that might be just be another way to indicate, like, so people know that this is your channel, this is who you are, and to recognize you. So that's a good first pillar, is just staying consistent like that. Okay, pillar 2 is to have something like reoccurring characters or reoccurring kind of story themes. So, you know, like we talked about earlier, if you're a niche, so that your reoccurring would be something that, you know, follows that niche. What's the latest trend, that sort of thing. Well, for me, my reoccurring characters when I was more of a children's channel was things like I had Randy the Squirrel doing financial advice, and I had Sparkle Blaze the Dragon giving mindfulness lessons, that sort of thing. Now that I've switched to more of the curiosity-driven stories, my reoccurring things, it's just me. It's me and my microphone. So this could be it. This is your reoccurring. It's just you see me standing there reporting on the news. So there's nobody else reporting on the news on my channel. It's just me. I just recently I did my first interview. It was just me reporting stories, but now I'm doing that as well. So that's something to think about, that if you want to just have like something that's just still consistent and part of your, just showing continuity from one story to the next, rather than just doing a bunch of random posts. Okay, pillar 3 is to have repeatable content patterns. So repeatable content patterns, what I mean by that, so for me, it's like having a news segment. So to me, it's like, reporting the news. I'm Allie Coolcat, I'm here, I'm reporting the news, whatever. That's, and I'll do like the same kind of signature at the end, or I do kind of a pattern where I do a strong hook, a interesting and curiosity based fact in the middle, and then I do a call to action at the end. So like pretty much all my stories are that way. But you want to stay somewhat, you know, consistent, so people they're like, they know that when they see your video, they kind of know what to expect before they jump in, and especially, people who decide to subscribe to your channel. So just make sure there's some consistency, or you're building towards that, because that's where you start getting an audience and getting people to watch. So mine's coming it's a little slower. When I will say this, so if you have a strong niche, you're going to probably be like the person who can hit, like, 12 million views in one 30-second spot or whatever, because people like something that's super niche like that. If it's a little broader, it might take a little longer to build your audience. So the way I actually look at it, and this is kind of a fun way, is so some of us are building food trucks, and some of us are building like an entire theme park. And so for me, with my channel, I'm actually building like an entire theme park. So it's taking a little longer, but I feel like in the end, I'm going to have deeper connections and just kind of a bigger audience that will stay sustainable. Because what I want is that people are interested in my stories, not just now, but 10 years from now. There's some channels that might be more about trends, and trends are going to get like massive amounts of views for that one time, but it may not be sustainable for many years to come. So that's just kind of the way I was looking at it. Your earlier videos, you might want to think of it kind of like data collection. So you're kind of looking at who your audience is, and be okay to pivot. So for me, like originally I was thinking my audience was going to be kids, and then it discovered it just wasn't. So it was more adults. So I just kind of pivoted and became more of a curiosity driven news. Good news stories. So just be okay be open to knowing that the one direction you start may not be the direction you continue going. TikTok is great for data collection because you can actually see who watches your videos. I don't find that to be true with my other platforms, but yeah, TikTok is pretty cool for that because you can see who watches your stuff. So if you haven't done your first video yet, just get out there and just shoot one. Mine was about raining popcorn, and now it's evolved into something totally different a year later. You've got this. It's fun. Just have fun and be authentically you.